Hello, and welcome to my thriller, spooky, Halloween October book recs for October. Before I begin, I would just like to show you where my cats are. They're in perfect position to be talked at, I guess. If you don't ever watch my channel, I normally just post vlogs. I just thought it'd be a nice little segment or video to kind of go over like spooky books that I think are good for October, or honestly, if you like thrillers, anytime. If you're like me, a thriller is good anytime. I need to shut this door before it bothers me. You want some ASMR? Did that do anything? Can I clip this somewhere? Does this look stupid? Clip it on my necklace? I hope the sound's the same. I'm gonna start with physical books because it's just easier to pick up and show you. I will say, when I read any book, if I'm not completely, extremely obsessed with it, like, I don't know, Evelyn Hugo or Verity, one of those, I literally forget it in like 2 months. Like, I forgot what I read, but I do have a Goodreads account, so I will go back and look at what I rated them. And I only picked books that I did like, so none of these are like terrible, so I would not steer you wrong. I will start off with the book I'm reading right now just to get that out of the way. It is called The Long Walk by Stephen King. Okay, I'm on page 40, Kindle page 40, I don't know what that means, but I am really liking it. It's basically about a group of young boys. I think that there's up to 100 of them that do it, and they participate in a walk. And basically what happens is they have to walk until one person is left standing, and they have to keep a pace of 4 miles an hour. You get 3 warnings, and then you're dead. So you get a couple warnings, you're behind, you're falling behind, dead. So I'm only like at the beginning still, so couldn't tell you how it ends, like if I liked it or whatever, but so far I really am enjoying it. And then I think we can start with like the most Halloween-y, I think, like could be a horror movie, maybe, but I really liked this book. It's called The Only One Left. It's by Riley Sager. I'm pretty sure I rated it 4 stars on Goodreads. Usually on Goodreads, a 3 to 4 stars, like good. 3 is like good, 4 is great, 5 is like, oh my god, this is the best book I've ever read in my life. I've only rated a couple books 5 stars. Okay, I rated it 4 stars on Goodreads. It is about a woman who, in like the 1920s, apparently killed her whole family. Killed her whole family, and she was the only one alive, but they were never able to prove that she did it. And basically this book is about a girl who is hired to be her live-in nurse, basically, and she tries to figure out like what happened. This woman, her name is Lenora, that killed her family, she will not speak. Like, she doesn't speak, she can only type. It's a whole thing. If you guys like paperbacks, hopefully that's out now. I do not like a hardcover book. A Flicker in the Dark. Let me see what I rated it on Goodreads. I probably rated this like a 3 or 4. Okay, I rated it 3. I'm just gonna read the back of it because it's easier. When Chloe Davis was 12, 6 teenagers went missing in her small Louisiana town. By the end of the summer, her own father had confessed to the crimes and was put away for life, leaving Chloe and the rest of her family to grapple with the truth and try to move forward while dealing with the aftermath. Now, 20 years later, Chloe is a psychologist in Baton Rouge and getting ready for her wedding. While she finally has a fragile grasp on the happiness she's worked so hard to achieve, she sometimes feels as out of control of her own life as the troubled teens who are her patients. So when a local teenage girl goes missing, and then another, that terrifying summer comes crashing back. Is she paranoid, seeing parallels from her past that aren't actually there? Or for the second time in her life, is Chloe about to unmask a killer? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I do not remember this book. I remember liking it and being like, oh shit. I also want to say, if you're not a reader or like you want to read, I highly suggest starting with thrillers, because thrillers, I mean, they're a page turner and you just never want to put them down. The Housemaid is classic, but if you haven't read it, I feel like it's a very easy read and it is a serious page turner. I think I rated this 4 stars on Goodreads. There's also 2 more books. I think the 3rd one just came out. Here's a little synopsis of this one. Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house, top to bottom. I pick up their daughter from school, and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and now her husband, Andrew, seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I try on one of Nina's pristine dresses once, just to see what it's like. But soon she finds out, and by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. This one's a really fast read. I'm pretty sure I rated it 4 stars. I loved this book. This one is nonfiction, okay? If you like, this is like not really Halloween or, I mean, it is thriller, but it's a true story. So this book is a nonfiction book and it reads like a thriller. I'm not even kidding. However, it's quite disturbing. So, I mean, trigger warning for that. Basically, this mom like abuses and degrades and does like psychological terrors on her kids. But it is a crazy read and you genuinely forget that it is real. So I was so confused how this was not a documentary, a TV series. I really enjoyed it. But I tend to read and watch bad things. Okay, Little Secrets was a really good one. Let me see what I rated it. Oh my God, I rated this 5 stars. I couldn't tell ya, couldn't remember, but this one I really liked, so I'll read to the back. All it takes to unravel a life is one little secret. Marin has a perfect life. Married to her college sweetheart, she owns a chain of upscale hair salons, and Derek runs his own company. They're admired in their community and are a loving family until their world falls apart the day their son, Sebastian, is taken. A year later, Marin is a shadow of herself. The FBI search has gone cold. The publicity has faded. She and her husband rarely speak. She hires a PI to pick up where the police left off, but instead of finding Sebastian, she learns that Derek is having an affair with a younger woman. I mean, this shit is crazy. Every Last Secret. Hold on. I gotta see what I rated it. This one I rated 3 stars, but I don't know, my rating system was kind of different when I first started Goodreads, but whatever. Kat Winthorpe has worked hard to get where she has. A gorgeous home, social standing, and William, her successful, handsome husband. When a friendly new couple moves in, while cautious, a good neighbor like Kat greets them with open arms and warm hospitality. Nina Ryder isn't a fellow lady of leisure, a life coach with off-the-rack dresses, personal issues, and a husband who hasn't delivered. She's anxious to move up in the world. This beautiful new home is a step in the right direction. It's also making Nina aware of what she doesn't have, namely William. When Nina's infatuation escalates into obsession, it's just a matter of eliminating a few obstacles to get the life she wants, the life next door. Okay, and one I never have on my bookshelf because it's been lended out to so many people because it is so good. It's called On a Quiet Street. I rated it 5 stars. Have to let my cat out. Looks like TJ rated it 5 stars too. I can see his little rating. When you really start to look beyond the airy open floor plans and marble counters, Brighton Hills is filled with secrets. Some big, some little, some deadly, and one by one they're about to be revealed. It's a kind of place where neighbors look out for one another, sometimes a little too closely. Cora thinks her husband, Finn, is cheating. She just needs to catch him in the act. That's where Paige comes in. Paige lost her son to a hit and run last year, and she's drowning in the kind of grief that makes people do reckless things like spying on the locals, searching for proof, and agreeing to Cora's plan to reveal what kind of man Finn really is. All the while, their reclusive new neighbor, Georgia, is acting more strangely every day. But what could such a lovely young mother possibly be hiding? Again, I don't remember this book, but I remember being obsessed with it, so I think you guys will like it. Okay, The Girl Who Was Taken is one of my more recent favorite thrillers. Oh my God, it's so good. So it's about 2 girls who got kidnapped. One made it out, the other didn't. The one who didn't make it out, her sister becomes a forensics, like, I forget what the word is, but like when you like figure out why people died, like an autopsy person. She becomes one of those because she's like, I know my sister's gonna get wheeled in here one day and I want to be the person to like figure out what happened and like know exactly. And it just gets really crazy. So Megan, she's the girl that got kidnapped and got out. She ends up connecting with the girl who's still missing's sister, and they just like put some pieces together, and it's crazy. Loved it. Oh, The Perfect Child. Okay, The Perfect Child, I rated it 5 stars. There is nothing to me like a scary child. Like, I love a creepy little toddler. Will they murder me? Will they won't? Like, I don't know. This book got me good. So a little premise. It's a married couple, doctor and a nurse. Classic. But basically this little girl comes to the hospital. She's been extremely malnourished, just, you know, not taken care of whatsoever. And the doctor goes in there and he treats her and becomes really close with her and is like, I'm like falling in love with this girl. Like, as a daughter vibe, not in a weird way. And so he keeps asking his wife to come down and like spend some time with her. So she does a little bit like here and there. And by the time they are trying to figure out what to do with this girl, the couple is like, can we please like foster her until she finds like until we figure out whatever's going on, because like we love her and I feel like we can give her a stable home for now. Yeah, shit gets crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. Shit gets real crazy. I loved this book. I rated it 5 stars. I don't know if I'm just like crazy, but yeah. Okay, and then for book club, we just read Rock, Paper, Scissors, and I rated it, what did I rate it? 3 stars? I wasn't too, okay, the thing about that is I read it over like weeks, and normally I read a book in like a week or like a couple days, and I just kept reading before bed. I'd get tired after 10 minutes, you know, I'd read like a chapter and then be like done. So maybe I would like it more if I like fully just read it in like a short amount of time and like got the full story all in one go. But I enjoyed it, and then there were parts where I was like, huh? And then, I mean, the book's fine. I feel like it's one of those books that like, if it wasn't for book club, I probably still would have finished it just to see what the ending was, because it's a good plot. I'll read you the plot. I mean, the plot sounds amazing, like truly. You think you know the person you married? Think again. Things have been wrong with Mr. and Mr. Wright for a long time. When Adam and Amelia win a weekend getaway to Scotland, it might be just what their marriage needs. A self-confessed workaholic and screenwriter, Adam Wright has lived with face blindness his whole life. He can't even recognize his friends or family or his wife. Every anniversary, the couple exchange traditional gifts: paper, cotton, pottery, tin. And each year, Adam's wife writes him a letter that she never lets him read, until now. They both know this weekend will make or break their marriage, but they didn't randomly win this trip. One of them is lying, and someone doesn't want them to live happily ever after. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of secrets, and an anniversary they will never forget. So, I mean, the plot is amazing. Like, I love the plot. I think that's kind of all I have for now. I mean, there's so many. Like, Verity, obviously. Verity is a classic. It was my first thriller I ever read. I don't even, like, need to read Verity's thing. Just go read it if you haven't read it. Comment if you read any of these and how you felt about them. I do have a Goodreads, but I feel like it's so hard to get to for some reason. It's just, I think it's just Carly Dash Incontro. I think that's what it is. And I don't know how to freaking link it. I've tried a million times. Speaking of books, I wanted to show, I saw this trick on TikTok, and I'm sure a lot of you know about it, but so I have a Kindle, and you can buy a MagSafe sticker and put a pop socket that's like magnetic, okay? So I got one of these, and I got this like large pop socket thing. So depending on which hand, I mean, honestly, it kind of feels fine in both, but I can move it. Like, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know, just thought I'd show. Love you guys. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.